Be a pleasant place to live with amenities that please the eye. And the good news is that may be easier and less expensive than you think, and that's whether you're a renter or a homeowner. Real estate expert John Adams is here joining us with some tips. Hey man, how are you doing?
Working hard, just got in.
Good. All right, well, let's go ahead and just get right to this list, because this is important stuff. Number one on your list is fix the little things.
You know,
sometimes those things, we just let them just be broken.
They drive you crazy, and they stay there for years. And if you're going to sell your house, or if the apartment's going to turn over, they're going to fix those. So unless you've got a leaky faucet that's been that way for years, just fix the leaky faucet. You've got a ceiling fan that wobbles, drives you crazy. Fix that, and you'd be surprised how much impact those little things can have.
This one's so basic that we should all keep our places clean, right? But you got to clean and you got to keep it clean.
Well, and if you don't keep the place clean on a regular basis, it becomes depressing. And visually has such a major impact on how we enjoy our place of living. You know, cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. Right. Let's have a set day of the week that we're going to clean up.
Number three, I'm wondering if you've been in my basement. De-junkify. Get rid of that stuff.
I think, you know, and I've been in hundreds of people's basements. Everybody has way too much stuff. Margie and I have unopened moving boxes from 30 years ago. And it's time, you know, you don't need that stuff. Either get it out or throw it away or do something, but don't try to keep it in the house.
Yeah, if you haven't touched it in years, I'm pretty sure you can get rid of it.
That's exactly right, okay?
Okay, and number four here, vertical mean? Well,
I'm saying get creative with storage space, particularly in smaller homes or in apartments. There's spaces at a premium, and so often we'll have like a small bookshelf or something and forget the space above it. And so I say go vertical. If it's good for the first 3 feet, run it all the way to the ceiling.
Why not? Yeah.
Take advantage of that space. There's a lot of good space up toward the ceiling. Use it.
Right. Number five, I couldn't agree more with this. When you talk about probably the most cost-effective way to make a huge difference in your house, we're talking about just paint, something as simple as that.
You know, if you haven't done a paint project in the last 10 years, you're going to be very surprised. Today's paints, while a little more expensive, are indeed a lot easier to use. They give you much better coverage, and it's durable. You put that stuff on, it tends to last for years. And this is an inexpensive way, and you can do it yourself, really brighten up any home.
And then speaking of that, that's the next thing. Number six, we're talking about just brightening things up.
Exactly. You know, if you ask home buyers what they're looking for, without fail, they say, I want a bright, cheerful place to live. Well, your home may not be bright and cheerful. Make it that way. First thing to do is go in the kitchen and replace that light fixture with a 4-bulb fluorescent. That'll eliminate all shadows, which are dangerous in the kitchen. Then go in the bath and pull out that medicine cabinet, put a big mirror in, and then put a 6-bulb strip outlet above that, and all of a sudden you're going to have a lit up bathroom that looks twice as big.
You don't have to be an electrician to pull that off either. Even somebody like me can do that.
Home repair, do it yourself.
All right, we're in the bathroom changing that light fixture. What about the tub and the surrounding tile around there?
You know, they really have some good epoxy kits now. That's never going to look like a brand new ceramic tub again. But if it's really an eyesore, for less than 50 bucks, you can buy an epoxy kit that you can do yourself. You don't have to have a fancy sprayer, and it will come out just pure, intense white. Now, there may be some brush strokes that may not be perfect, but for 50 bucks, it's hard to beat.
So you brush it on.
Yeah,
I've not seen these, but I want to look into that.
They've got them all over the place now.
All right, number eight, curb appeal. We talk about it all the time.
You know, as a visitor approaches your home, they have, just like in life, your house only has one chance to make a first impression. Look at that entryway. Is the door inviting? Is the area inviting? Repaint it a bright color, maybe put a brass kick plate on it, some bright brass numbers, and maybe a couple of potted plants. From the street, all of a sudden, this is an inviting home, and you want to go home to it as well as visitors coming to visit.
Number nine's interesting. If you're in an apartment, you might want to consider replacing the entry doors.
Exactly. In an apartment, it's unlikely that the owner is going to pay for you to put a new door on because they usually want uniformity. But for security reasons and for peace of mind, it may be worthwhile for you to consider working with that landlord to replace the front door. So often the front and back doors in apartments don't offer the kind of security that I think a lot of people would like to have. Something to think about.
And this last one, number 10, is one I've done before too. So simple and so easy, and it makes surprisingly a big difference. Just replacing the knobs on cabinets and drawers.
It really does. does. It's relatively inexpensive. You can do it yourself, and simply by updating, so many of us have 1940s fixtures from a 1937 house. Updating that to something that has a more current look, and there are plenty of people at the big box stores that will give you guidance and suggestions. These things can make a major difference in how you feel approaching your home or your apartment.
A great list, but I bet there's some guys out there right now that are like, really, my honey-do list, John, just got a whole lot longer.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it.
All right, John, thanks a lot. John's going to be on our Fox 5 Atlanta Facebook page for a live chat for the next hour to answer all of your real estate questions. You don't want to miss that. Stay with us. It's 8:39. We'll be right back on Good Day Atlanta.